The reason you are watching this video is because you just watched us perform the song Evolve, which is a cover song of Bosc. And if you're wondering who Bosc is, then it means that you were not at Liberty University in college circa 2004, 2005, when I was. But I had some friends, James Campbell and Brett Lesher, and we were already friends to begin with, but then we also were musicians separately. I never played with them, but the way I remember it, I would open for them, or we would be opening for somebody else together. But James and Brett were in a band called Bosc, and they had a CD that had 4 songs on it. And Evolve, like when they went to go play at concerts around Liberty University in Virginia, that was like the song. And I shared this song with my wife, and we both thought, obviously we need to do that song. Mainly we've been doing original songs I've written, and then we recently did Patty Griffin, Long Ride Home, and it just felt like this would be a perfect follow-up to that, and that same sort of feel. Now granted, I changed the composure, I changed the setup of this song as far as sped it up, did a different key, and sort of made it to kind of fit our own style we've been working on. But we just, like, I've never had more fun recording any of the songs that we've done. How about you?
Yeah.
Is that how you feel?
This is good, yeah.
Yeah. So, so what I'm going to do, if I'm going to put some links to the original song, like if I can find it on iTunes or whatever, I'll put that in the description, and let you even hear the original version, which I think is reasonably different than the version of we did, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do our own take on it, and I thought it'd be fun, like 15 years later, for my friends Britt and James to be watching this as they've moved on with their lives and don't do music. And you know, as far as the extent of me doing music, it's in these videos that we're shooting in our garage. Anything particular about
this? The cold,
yeah,
the cold here.
Yeah,
it was snowing earlier today.
Yeah, people may not think about it snowing in Nashville, but it definitely was snowing on the drive to work for me. And I guess it's in the 30s right now, but we don't have a heater in the garage yet. We need to pick one up from my parents' house at Christmas. Yeah. And so it was like, well, we were practicing, it was sounding pretty good. It's like, let's just go in the garage and let's practice in there because the sound is better than the kitchen. And then we just threw on these hats because it was cold. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just keep it in the video. Why not? This for the song though, any particular thing that you like about the song that you wanted to say?
I just like the whole thing. I like how simple it is. I like the message of it. I like the whole idea and concept of evolve with someone, because that's what you're doing when you're in love and you grow old with someone. That's what you're doing, is you're evolving with them.
Yeah, I think it's a good theme, and I brought up in another video too about how, like, if you were to base love off of what you see in a romantic comedy, then you would think that, or even fairy tale, Disney, happily ever after. But what then? And evolving together is like the most important thing. Like, that's remaining in love. That's what love looks like after you're married. You know, we've been married for over 11 years. That's what it looks like. And so it's funny because when Brett wrote this song, I guess he was like 19. Because I recall him playing it solo and me playing it solo in the same night at the opening for the same group or whatever, and he hadn't even formed his band Bosc yet. That's how I remember it, at least. So he was probably like 19 when he wrote this song, and here we are.
Amazing.
You know, we're 38. So it's like, it's funny that we can relate to a 19-year-old song. Of course, granted, I think he's like 35 now. Brett and James are. They were born like 84, 85. But it's funny that song holds up.
Yeah, it does. And the piano, when you listen to the original track, it's
James
the piano and the guitar and then the lead vocals.
Yeah, it was funny because James and Brett graduated, I think, a year or two after me from Liberty University. I graduated in 05. And I remember I moved to Nashville. This is my version of reality, how I remember it. I remember graduating, and then the next fall, them asking me to open for them at Liberty University. And I remember, in my mind, I opened for them and did some of the new songs I had been working on. And that was one of the last times I remember being around them, was opening for them for that. And so it's interesting, all these years later, like now we're revisiting this. but it was that good of a song. And I still had the CD because I still listen. We both still listen to CDs.
I have listened to it the whole time.
Yeah.
I was in my car today. Those 4 songs.
Yeah. So yes, that is the deal. Oh, that's what I wanted to say though. So I graduated school. I went back and I believe I opened for them at a show last time I saw them in real life. And I drove back to Nashville from Virginia thinking, yeah, I'll be able to, they're gonna make it big. Like there's no doubt about it. Like I had seen them play out in shows, they had a following. You know, again, Evolve was like their song where basically in my mind, lighters in the air, like that was the song. That was before all of this stuff, but you know, if this were the heart.
The heart, no.
I'm just saying
I don't know about that.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't Taylor Swifting? But I'm saying it had that sort of like
appeal.
Yeah. Well, because there was a lot of girls specifically that liked the song too.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because usually if it's a song that like girls like, I automatically don't like it. But I'm not saying it's a girly song, but I'm saying it's a song that is a love song written very well.
Yeah.
And I can recognize that. But anyway, I was amazed that they just didn't like make it big and like be musicians. And instead I think both went on. I think James is a Spanish teacher and Brett is a guidance counselor, if I'm not mistaken. So, and I'm a recruiter, like I'm basically in sales. So we all went different ways, but I just knew that they would make it big. So I thought, you know what? We all went our own ways, but I can bring this song back and we can all have fun with that. So if Brett and James watched our song, I hope they liked our version of it.
That's right.
So there you go. Thanks for watching. I'll put a link so you can actually watch our version of Evolve by Bosc. Thanks for watching.